Good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good afternoon, whatever comes in between and outside. I am Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of 31 Progressive Rock Stocking Stuffers for the holidays from 1971. Today we have arrived at day 13. All right, so this is the 13th pick of you. We're going to go all the way up to 31 because there are 31 days in December. Kind of a little holiday show where we're looking back on 1971 prog rock albums that turned 50 years old this year, and we're going to stock some stuffings for the holidays. Hopefully for some of you, these will wind up in your little gift stuffings or gift stockings, I should say. So this particular one, so I mentioned a couple of, a week or so ago that we're going to have a few releases in this series, which might be from bands that are kind of borderline prog. I think this is a perfect example. This is a band that always gets mentioned as a prog act. I don't know if I ever really fully believed that this band was a full-blown progressive rock band. Yes, they had moments that perfectly fit. Yes, they were around at the kind of formation of this whole thing called prog. Some of their albums have some proggy moments. Some of them, to me, are just kind of bluesy rock albums. This is probably my favorite from them. And again, I don't know if this is 100% a prog album, but I decided to include them here anyway because I know so many people love them, and I do as well. And I just thought it would be a good way to kind of sneak them into this show. It was released April in 1971, produced by Chris Thomas for Chrysalis Records. We're talking about the fifth studio album from Procol Harum, Broken Barricades. Also, the last album featuring lead guitarist Robin Trower before he left to go solo shortly thereafter. With Twice Removed from Yesterday, he would reappear back with the band many, many years later, about 20 years later, on The Prodigal Stranger. But this was his last studio album. Prior to that, with Procol Harum, and probably the album that really saw the true Robin Trower coming through on a Procol Harum album, because you listen to this album with its bluesy, psychedelic rock guitar solos and riffs, and it's kind of like the precursor to his solo career. Although you look at the pictures on the album, if for those of you who are old enough to have seen them live and maybe watched some videos on YouTube, Robin was actually playing a Gibson Les Paul at this time. You always kind of assimilate and associate Fender Stratocasters with Robin Trower, so it's really interesting to listen to him and watch him playing Les Pauls in Procol Harum before he went solo and switched over exclusively to Stratocasters. So this is the album that also features, of course, Mr. Gary Brooker on piano and lead vocals, Robin Trower on guitar and vocals on a couple tracks, Chris Copping on bass and organ. All right, because of course no Matthew Fisher on this album, who was their main organ player early in the career, and B.J. Wilson on drums. So what have you got on here? You've got starting off, you've got "Simple Sister," great song, written by Gary Brooker. Good rock song, great chorus, excellent piano, a nice hard rocker from the band. And man, Gary Brooker's vocals, so good on this song. He's such a great singer, legendary singer. Next up, we've got the title track, Broken Barricades, which is much more lush and majestic. One of the kind of prog rock songs on the album for sure. Another really good one with more insanely good vocals from Gary Brooker. I mean, the guy's got such an emotional voice. Then you got Memorial Drive, which is written by Robin Trower. Another good kind of psychedelic rocker. I really like that song. It's quite good. Good chorus. Great guitar work. And again, just bluesy and rocking. And yeah, this whole album is just a really upbeat collection of songs for them. Then you got Luska Stealth, which another Brooker tune. Again, very majestic, very grand, great melodies. Another one that you could easily say is probably one of the prog rockers on the album. Then over on side 2, you got Power Failure, another high energy rock song. Okay, lovely keyboards and stinging guitar playing from Robin Trower. Then you've got Song for a Dreamer, which is another Robin Trower track. And he takes the lead vocal slot on this as well. This is a homage to Jimi Hendrix because Jimi had just died not too long before they actually put this album out or recorded this album, and Robin was really affected by the death of Jimmy. I guess at the time he was really starting to get into Jimmy's playing. So this Song for a Dreamer, again, a great precursor to what we would see from Trower, starting with Twice Removed from Yesterday and Bridge of Sighs and all those wonderful albums, right? That kind of very psychedelic Hendrixy sound, utilizing, wah-wah and univibe and fuzz and all that sort of stuff. And Song for a Dreamer, just a lovely song. I was never nuts about Robin's lead vocals then. I'm not nuts about him now. For me, I never thought that Robin was a good singer. So for me, he sings 2 songs on this album. Song for Dreamer is the first of them. A really, really good song. Again, great psychedelic guitar solos, but I'm not sold on his vocals. I never was. Playmate of the Mouth. Next up, a Gary Brooker song. Also really good, enjoyable, melodic rock song. Little bits of things here and there that you maybe could call it prog. And then Poor Muhammad is the last song on the album, also written by Trower. He sings that one as well. And another good song. All right, great guitar work. Again, kind of Hendrixy. Great way to end the album. It's not a very long album, about 35 minutes long, but that was normal back then. And you've got Keith Reed helping out on some lyrics on a good chunk of these songs as well, with the music written by the guys that I mentioned before, mainly Gary Brooker and Robin Trower. So Broken Barricades, really cool album. Is it prog? It sort of is, I guess. This, like I said, this is one of those long-standing bands that kind of sat in between prog rock and just blues and blues rock, and they've had some jazzy moments and just good old-fashioned, soulful rock music, right? But Broken Barricades, my favorite album from Procol Harum. It's a good one, and it's a great showcase for Robin Trower, a guitar player that means a hell of a lot to me. Let me fix their faces. There we go. The booklet kind of slides in and out, and whoops, there you go. See, speaking of that Les Paul, there it is. In fact, there's a better picture of him on the inside. Look at that. Look at that. For all of you folks who only really listen to Trower from his solo career, playing Fender Stratocaster, there he is playing a Les Paul. Pretty interesting, right? Not what you'd expect, but, very cool. So there you have it. Put your feedback and comments down below on Broken Barricades in the comments section. Stay tuned tomorrow for another day, day 14. I got the next couple days I'm looking at over here. We got some good ones coming up. Got some good spacey stuff coming up. Got some good jammy, psychedelic, noisy stuff coming up. Got some more, well-known stuff coming up. All sorts of things happening between now and the 31st. Prog rock classics, my favorites from 1971. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned tonight for the Hudson Valley Squares Monday Night Must See TV. Our topic for tonight, we're going to talk about the 5 albums, the first 5 albums we ever acquired, whether we bought them with our own money, given to as a gift, whatever, or got them in a trade. Maybe we traded some baseball cards for now, whatever it is. The first 5 albums that we acquired, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're going back to memory lane, so stay tuned tonight for the Hudson Valley Squares. Tomorrow in the Prog seat. Wednesday, we've got What's Hot with Sea Tranquility Day, new album review day, and Thursday, the Monsters Den. Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff, and then album homework assignment on Sunday. So lots happening this week. So please tune in, subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get notified of all of our content as it posts, as it goes live. And we also have the link to our Ko-Fi page below for channel donations. We've got the link to our merch page for Sea of Tranquility swag and all sorts of cool stuff. Order now. Take advantage of the sale we're having till the end of the month, and get your orders in so you have them in time for the holidays. And, seatranquility.org, our webzine celebrating 20 years this year. So thanks for watching. I am Pete. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.